everybody, this is Marian Cowagowan.
And this is David Owen.
And this is You Show Me Yours, the podcast where a married couple talks about the movies and television that they loved before the first date. And today I was made to watch Crazy People.
Yes, you were. First of all, let's acknowledge that crazy is a word that is falling out of common use.
Yes.
Especially in reference to things like, the crazy house and stuff like that. But it was 1990 and this is Crazy People. We have to take some of these things at face value.
I mean, and if you're put off by the title, you're not going to like anything else in the movie.
No, this movie is not at all respectful of mental health.
No.
I mean, it is kind of, but like in that sort of way of like, hey, they can be capable to, like you don't have to put them in the corner and forget about them. Like they can contribute to society in some way.
Maybe.
I mean, they form their own ad agency. Come on.
Yes, but they can't drive safely. So,
So, yeah, this is the 1990 Tony Bill directed movie. I don't know. The last movie I saw that Tony Bill directed was Fly Boys in 2006, which I think was like a kind of not all that historically accurate look at World War II black fighter pilots.
Yeah, I think so. The Tuskegee Airmen, maybe something like
but
that.
But like not that, but like a positive version of that. That
okay,
like a more hey, we're gonna, these guys are cool and yeah. But anyway, Tony Bill, like looking at his IMDb, like he has been a producer and a director. He hasn't directed anything since like 2006.
Mm-hmm.
He directed, and he was in a bunch of stuff as an actor. It's a lot of these where he's like, he directed a ton of television episodes and stuff. A couple episodes of Felicity he's got credited.
Okay.
And so he's one of those guys that's just prolific, and I think he's still alive. I don't remember. I don't have my notes in front of me. I don't have his IMDb up right now. But he's just seems like one of those Hollywood guys that's done a little bit of everything: writer, producer, actor, director. And he's joined by Barry L. Young, whose only credit is Crazy People. But Barry is apparently a prolific commercial director. And it seems like, from what I can piece together, he was brought in to direct the commercials that are within. So there was like, often with filmmaking, you have a second unit that's off doing other stuff. So he was probably directing like a second unit who was just filming the various commercials that we see throughout the movie. Mm-hmm. So Crazy People, if for the uninitiated, is a Dudley Moore vehicle. Dudley Moore, the English Danny DeVito, if you will, a shorter man with a quick wit,
who manages to get all sorts of babes in his movies. Although I only know of 10 and this
Arthur.
But okay, does he get babes in Arthur?
Pretty sure.
Okay.
It's been a long time since I've seen the original Arthur.
I assume he gets Bo Derek in 10.
I guess.
So I can only assume that he chooses his movies based on, do I get to make out with the babe?
Probably.
Because here he gets to make out with Daryl Hannah.
Yes, at perhaps the peak of her Daryl Hannah-ness.
Yes.
Of this sort of like, Daryl Hannah was very good at playing like a slightly off, but strikingly beautiful woman.
Always beautiful. I mean,
yes, of course.
Really,
but,
what's the point if she's not beautiful, really?
Yeah. I'm not going to, recount her IMDb credits here, but
that's okay.
Perhaps most famously in the original Blade Runner, where she plays a very peculiar character. She's very good at playing these sort of damaged, beautiful women.
Yes. See, I know her from Steel Magnolias.
Yes.
Where she shows up at a beauty shop and like grows as a person and goes to church and stops going to church and blah blah blah. But damaged is key.
She's very, very good at this.
Yeah.
We'll get into some trivia later, and we will talk about the movie that could have been had things gone differently.
Okay.
Yeah, I watched the Siskel and Ebert review of this movie, and I tend to agree with everything they said, which was just like they kind of surmised that someone had written like a sort of rated R dark comedy about, but not dark comedy, but like a darker shade of comedy about the ad ad world and how you would have to like only a clinically insane person would be willing to tell truth in advertising, and that like
sort of a catch-22 type thing.
Some Hollywood script doctor came in and was like, "We got to punch it up. We need a little romance here.
We need is hijinks."
Yeah, right. We need more lighthearted. We need and then that's kind of how we got where we are. This is sort of like a studio Frankenstein of like what was potentially, of course they're not basing this on anything, just sort of their feel as longtime movie critics. Again, released in 1990. So sort of at the peak of the power of Siskel and Ebert here in America. They had won the Shallot Wars and laid asunder Leonard Maltin, and were ruling the roost from Chicago, from their tower in Chicago.
Leonard Maltin always seemed a little bit like a robot. Like he was an animatronic that was set on cheerful all the time.
Yeah, great. He was great in Gremlins too. Leonard Maltin. Give a hand for Leonard Maltin. So yeah, just a basic plot outline. Emery, played by the aforementioned Dudley Moore, is an ad exec, and unbeknownst to us,
he's a copywriter specifically. I don't think he's an exec.
I think he says he's an executive at one point.
Okay, well,
but yes, anyway. He is an ad writer, perhaps an executive. And he is part of a two-man team with Paul Reiser's Stephen. I forget his last name.
Doesn't matter.
But yeah, Stephen. And he is, unbeknownst to his colleagues or us as the audience, his life has sort of come unhinged around him. And we first join him on his. He's late for work. He's on the bridge. He's waiting. One of the things that I'll mention as I remember them. Is that this movie has some great one-liners that I picked up and used throughout my life. And one of them is when he is in traffic and he gets out of his car and he walks around and yells at the other drivers, "If everyone would just go, there wouldn't be traffic." Yes. And like living in a major city, I can tell you that there are times that the interstate you never see what was causing it.
Yeah.
You just... At some point, it just opens back up and everybody's going the speed limit.
You get to some invisible point and It's like the barrier was lifted and everybody's like, okay, we can go 70 miles an hour now. Yeah, why were we stopped? I have no idea.
And he is presumably coming over the bridge from Jersey or something because this is set in New York City, and as is required in all movies set in New York City in the 80s and 90s, they have their Twin Towers shot. R.I.P. As they must. It's funny that like our child will only ever see the Twin Towers, thinking that there's like not our child, there's an entire 2 generations almost at this point of kids who will only ever see the Twin Towers that way. Like when it just happens to pop up in some zany comedy movie.
Yeah, like, oh, there's those buildings that don't exist anymore.
Yeah. Oh. And then they'll make an inappropriate joke about 9/11, which is like just what Gen Z does.
Yeah.
It's their whole deal.
I'm sure we did the same thing about Pearl Harbor.
But, sure. And so Emery arrives to work and he unveils his latest suite of ads that are very much due soon, and they are a bunch of ads that are just true things. He's tired of lying. And his partner, Stephen, is a little freaked out by this as he shows him ads and kind of I don't want to get too into the ads until we kind of I get through this little quick synopsis because that's the thing of this movie. The entire thing that you come to this movie for is the ads. it's 100% of what they got right in this movie.
Sure, not the rest of it.
Yes. So anyway, his ads are concerning because he's telling the truth in his ads. Comedy movie situations happen. We find out that his wife has left him, and that he's maybe going a little loose in the screws, and he ends up refining the ads and submitting them to his partner Steven, who immediately is just like, nope, this can't happen. You're I care too much about you. You're off your rocker, yada, yada, yada. And so Steven and their boss Drucker essentially decide that if he wants to keep his job, he's got to go to a mental institution for, for a sabbatical, for a little relaxation. The honest ads are left in a precarious position near the real ads.
Yeah.
They end up getting printed, and the public loves them.
Yeah, I'm disappointed that I didn't see it coming.
Yes,
honestly,
yes.
Like when the guy says, "Oh, get the ads; they're on my desk," I was like, I see. But I should have caught it like
the moment
long before.
They are initially, the Drucker is mortified and fires Steven, but then the ads are a hit, and so they need more. And so Steven is sent to enlist the help of Emery in coming up with more ads, more in this new vein of this new genre of honest advertising. And again, we'll talk about the ads in a minute, because that's really that's the meat of this. That's the best part by far. In the meantime, Emery has met Dr. Baylor, who is in charge of helping him out. Helping him relax,
and she's Mercedes Rule, so
yes,
she's the good guy.
Is fantastic in everything she does. And he's also met the sort of cast of characters that will inhabit this the rest of this movie with us, and I'll just kind of rattle them off and kind of maybe give you one thing about them. There is Judge, who is fancies himself to be a judge. He may have been a judge. Likes ballet.
He wears the robe.
Yeah. Sometimes has a gavel. There is George, who only says hello.
David Paymer, in a very un-David Paymer type role, I thought.
I don't know. He plays. I think he does some comedy type roles. But yes, a prolific character actor is David. He only says hello at first. There's Bruce, who is sort of a curmudgeonly middle-aged man who's a little bit inappropriate. He's a little bit concerned with what's PC, or like breaking the PC barrier. Just kind of a rude boy.
And he is played by the dad from Life Goes On.
Yes.
Which is the only thing I know him from. I'm sure he's done other things, but he's Corky's dad, basically.
And then there is, and I'm not clear on this character's name. They say it so fast. I want to say at some point they call him Emmanuel something, but he's listed as Robles. Let's call him Rob. He is he introduces himself as being very macho. He's a very macho man. He doesn't hug. He doesn't, he says, he makes it known, but he is the exact opposite of that. Anytime you see him in a background, he's knitting, and, he's always wearing his bathrobe, and he is played by the same actor that plays the, I don't remember the character's name, but in Coming to America, there, the king has like an assistant guy, a little bit rotund. He's always with the king. And this actor plays that guy and reprised that role in the sequel. A few years ago.
He gives Bodyguard vibes, and he makes me think of Ving Rhames in Dave.
Sure.
Kind of.
Yeah, he's got that kind of thing. Yeah. And then there's Sobs, whose defining factor is that he is obsessed with Sobs and will tell you everything about Sobs.
Really, really obsessed. And
Yes.
he is played by, I don't know the actor's name, but if you watched My So-Called Life, he was Angela's uncle who played some weird part in some of the episodes.
Yes. For those who don't know, Sobs were an older car. I guess they survived into the 90s, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know if they're
80s.
Still around.
Yeah, I don't know if they're still around in Europe or whatever, but they had a brief foray into America, and they were generally thought of as kind of unreliable cars. And that's kind of the joke.
I think, though, they were known for their design, though.
Yes.
Because the first car that we bought together,
yes,
somebody said to me, "Oh my gosh, it looks like a Saab."
Yeah, it was modeled after the 9.3, the Saab 9.3.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that up until at least the 90s, they were still, producing cars, because I saw that Saab on the road and was like, oh my God, this car really does look like that car. So I don't know. Yeah, if you want information on Saabs, Google it.
But he was talking about Saabs, not Yugos.
Yes.
So
yes. Well, because he's
some
not,
taste.
He's not Russian. And there's Mort, who is an older gentleman that is only distinct from Judge, who is also an older gentleman distinguished from Judge by the fact that he wears a beret sometimes. And I don't remember him having like a particular quirk.
No, I don't either.
Of any memory. And then there's Shu, who is Asian. That's his primary characteristic, and he doesn't care for Caucasians.
Yes, that was kind of funny.
We'll get to that joke at some point. And then there is Eddie, who again doesn't have any particular deal other than he plays the piano and sings, and makes up songs and stuff. And then there's Kathy, who becomes the target of Emery's affections. And the only other character that we might touch on is Dr. Koch, who is
the bad guy.
The bad guy. He's the actual head of the institution where they find themselves. And then pretty much the rest of the movie is the hijinks. They all come together to make ads. Their ads are very successful. Corporate bigwigs be doing what they do, and hospital administrators be conspiring with them, and then the love story takes a couple twists or turns.
I was so confused.
Cue the helicopter, and then I guess they all get to go home, leave, and make an ad agency at the end.
At Emery's empty house because his wife took most of the furniture. Left. So okay, I don't.
There's a hot sequel that could have been written, but wasn't.
I'm okay. I'm okay with that.
I think this movie, it did exactly kind of what it wanted to do. Before we get to the sort of meat of it, you got any comments on the overall story or characters?
Oh, geez. Well, I think I've said for some other movies, I really didn't need the romance. So this is a theme with me where like it feels like a romance is shoehorned in.
Yes.
I don't need it. I don't want it. I don't like it. And this was just for there to be only one female patient and 9 male patients is weird and unsettling.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird. And I mean, it's just like the idea is that this is just the group therapy group that Emery gets sat with, like gets integrated into. But
it's like this is 2 movies where one is just all the ads that did literally have me laughing out loud, a lot of them. And then the other stuff about mental patients, that is, it's only funny if you don't think about it at all. And if you care at all about treating people with mental illnesses as full humans, it's real gross, real fast. I think when we watched Girl Interrupted and you said this was the next one, you were like, this is the complete opposite. And it is, because even the crew in Girl Interrupted is sort of a motley crew.
Yeah.
This is also a motley crew, but treated very differently. Like pull out the ads and watch those and don't don't no.
Yeah,
don't like this.
somewhere there's a YouTube supercut. I mean, as someone who had watched the movie many, many times, again, this movie was in the legendary
the
wood grain VHS, the stack of wood grain VHS organizers. It was in there. We had it. So again, we lived down in a holler. I say a holler, but it really wasn't. There really wasn't any mountains, but that's what it felt like. Once you were down there, you felt like you were in like a mountain valley, because there was up on the hill above our house a radio station. And I think that radio tower may have done its fair share of interfering. So we were too far off the main road for cable. As I've probably told these stories before, too far off the main road for cable. We lived amongst a group of very specific religious types. It was a whole family, and we were the only ones that weren't in the family. And they ran their own church, and they didn't believe in television. And so we were too far off of the main road for them to run cable to just us. If there had been, we needed 2 other people to sign up or to pay $750 for them to run the cable to just us. So we needed 2 other people, and of course we weren't going to get 2 other people. So we had over-the-air television, of which we, on a good day, had about 3 channels, 1 UHF channel, which was Fox, sometimes 2 if we got lucky, and then ABC and NBC. CBS was very hard to receive. We could get it on a clear day. And so we just had a lot of movies. We dubbed a lot of movies. FBI, please don't come after us. It wasn't for
the statute of limitations.
It wasn't for profit. But yeah, we would dub movies. We had 2. Those who don't know what dubbing is, we had 2 VCRs, and so we'd go. We had this place we knew, where we knew the owner, or we knew the manager. And it doesn't matter that we knew him, but we went there because we knew the manager. And they launched a 5 movies, 5 days, $5. So you could go and get all of the classics that you loved, and make make your little 3 movie mixtape, and put it in the drawer. And then, anytime we'd have an opportunity, a video store was closing, you'd buy up some real copies of the movies, and legit copies. And this was one we had a legit copy of, the VHS. And we that's how we kind of entertained ourselves. There wasn't really a lot to do unless you really liked whatever was on network television that night. So yeah, lots of movies watched, and this was one. I probably watched this movie 10 or 15 times because the commercials are just that good. The ads are just that good. But so yeah, without further ado, we might as well talk about the ads. So when Emery first presents the ads to Stephen, he's showing some of the ads, and some of them are the initial ones, I think, are some of the best ones that he's showing him. This is when he shows him the Volvo ad. By the way, none of the companies signed on for this.
Oh wow!
It was it was like it was very loudly done under fair use, under parody, and effectively, I read some stories, some contemporary stories, like from the early 90s. I think one was in might have been one of the Chicago papers. It was archived on the Internet Archive, and it was basically saying like, they essentially, so in order for the companies to sue, what they would have to certify that what they were saying was false. So,
that's great.
And some companies embraced it. Volvo was one of the companies that embraced it. And other companies where they're saying the subtext didn't want to ruin the whole thing. So essentially, nobody sued them because it was, they would have had to come out and say like, no, this isn't true.
Oh, that's great.
So some of the things that they would have had to say aren't true.
That is sharp writing.
Yes.
Like you are just just crossing the line just enough. And see, AI could never.
Yeah, I think one of the only ones that might have had a legitimate case would have been Sony, which we'll talk about. But so in that initial presentation, he shows him Volvo, for which they say that the Volvos, they're boxy, but they're good. And then like the further ad copy is like, hey, it's not a safe time to be sexy right now. Volvos are dependable, they're boxy, they're good. And so Volvo, like, I don't think they ever made an ad with that, but they didn't push back against it. They were like, yeah, we're boxy, we're good. There was Jaguar for men who want hand jobs from beautiful women they don't know. And again, Jaguar's not going to come out about that and try to prove that's false, because that's part of what they're selling, and that's Emery's point in this. Like, let's say what it is. Like, let's just say the truth.
Yeah. Well, and I think, it's not that he's, like you said, the ads are honest, and like they are, but they also are not interested in being diplomatic. Like you can, ideally, no, all ads are honest. They just find a creative way of not saying the unsavory stuff. This is just like, I don't know, you're going to get a hand job. That's what you really want.
Yeah. I think his focus is to say it's not to be honest. It is to say the unspoken thing. Like one of the points that he makes is that we say, like, there's a point where the ad execs are trying to, they fire the quote crazy people, and they're trying to come up with stuff. And they are like, 4 out of 5 dentists recommend. And the guy Drucker, the main guy's like, who are these dentists? Why the fuck do we care? Like they all say that, like we got to get down to the, to the heart of this, to the, it's not just saying something honest. It's turning the product on its ear. It's like
honest in a slightly unhinged kind of way.
Yeah. Like the ad for Grease. Which is, forget France. The French are rude.
We're nicer.
Come to Greece. We're nicer. It just, okay. Like at that time in the world, France had, and he even says, Dudley Moore even says, they have contests where they see who can be the rudest. Like it's, there's I think in the first batch, there's the American Airlines ad. It might be the second batch, or United ad.
Something about
your fear of flying might be justified. Airline crashes happen all the time.
Yeah,
but
we crash less.
But United, most of our passengers get there alive.
Yeah.
Just like like it's just again, it's like that. Everybody like that is probably a true thing. Like.
This is probably one of the movies that they did not ever show on an airplane then. So
you would hope. Yeah, you would hope so.
The company that I used to work for, they did several publications for various airlines. Like back when they had in-flight magazines that were in the seat back pocket, they did those for a lot of airlines.
Yep.
And for a couple of them, they did the in-flight movies. And one thing that it was somebody's job to watch all the movies and, like, I guess bleep out the curse words, but also make sure that there wasn't a movie on the plane that showed a plane crash.
Yeah.
Or that mentioned, I guess, anything negative about an airline or safety or anything like that. Like, I don't know. I don't know if they can show Castaway but probably not this one either.
Exactly.
So like the Flight with Denzel Washington, probably not.
No, probably
the
not.
Whole movie about Sully, probably not.
For the best. Yeah.
Yeah.
They also have the ad for Metamucil.
Yeah.
If you don't use it, you'll get cancer and you'll die. And then, cut to when the ad is successful, cut to people pulling off, pulling off slips to fill out, I guess, rain checks or whatever. It says, yes, I don't want cancer or whatever. I don't want to die.
And then also the customer service lines for these things where the Jaguar lady is like, well, I can't guarantee that you'll get a hand job.
Yeah. Yeah. The VitaFlex.
Oh yeah.
If you look like this, you're fat. You're fat. You're a fat slob.
Oh yeah.
It's just, and it's, call now and get a free plant. You know,
Yeah.
Are you tired of getting out of breath doing relatively
You ought to be ashamed. Oh, and then the people on the sofa watching the ad are like, well, I knew we were fat. I didn't know I needed to be ashamed of it. And I was like, oh,
I didn't know
that
we were
hurts.
Disgusting.
Oh, that hurt a little bit.
Then, but then all of them calling and like, you know, I'm a fat pig. Do you have any ficus trees? You know?
And the people are totally confused.
Yeah, and the people in the because clearly no heads up was given.
No.
You know, to the people.
No. The thing about the Metamucil was actually sort of, I guess everything what goes around comes around, because now I don't know about you, but my social media feed is full of, do you want to poop? You need to eat this bean dish.
Yeah.
You know, and like, do you want to poop more? This is going to make you bad. And I'm just like, I don't want to think about poop. Like, I want a healthy colon. I'll eat beans, sure. But like, stop talking about poop. So yeah, it's a combination of just the time in the world. And I'm at the age where I get a lot of fiber content targeted to me. Yeah. So,
and then there's the Quaker Oats ad. Does the cereal taste good? Who knows? But at least the box is cute.
And I admitted to you, Quaker Oats guy.
Yeah.
Looks like he'd be fun.
Yeah, he could get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He also poops a lot of fiber in oats.
Yes. So Quaker Oats guy poops. You know. And so that there's that initial round. We get we then later get as the crew is spinning up in the asylum, we get some of their ads.
Mm-hmm. And the reason that they're creating ads, by the way, is they come and they're like, Emery, you need to come back to work. And he's like, no, I need to be here. I can't leave. This is actually helpful to me.
And he's like, saying that because of Kathy, but he's also feeling better.
Yeah.
And then it's just, there's the great moment where Kathy suggests, he's like, when he says he's got to go because they're going to stop paying for his insurance, so he won't be able to say. Kathy is like, "Oh, we can help you. Like, we can make ads. You know, let's make ads." And you know, they're like, she's like, "Who wants to be an ad man?" And they all raise their hands. Yeah. And Emery is like, "Yeah, who wants to be a fire engine?" And then they're standing up. Ooh, yes. me.
Yes.
But they get in there and they make their first ad and then they're off to the races, and they get all sorts of equipment and stuff at the office at the asylum, and they're all going. The Mort is working on the New York account. Mm-hmm. They show the first ad for New York, and it's
was it fewer murders?
Yeah, it's I think that's the second one, but yeah, it's. One of them is come to New York. There were fewer murders last year. And the other one is come to New York. It's not as filthy as you think. There is then Bruce's masterpiece, which is just a photo of a woman being lifted out of the crystal clear Caribbean water. And at the very top, it just says, "Come in the Bahamas." Cut to lady with a Bohemian accent. Yeah. The Bahamas makes no sexual guarantees of any type. Just like those ads. And then there are commercials. There's a commercial for a delivery service where the delivery driver runs a red light and hits another car. And when he gets out and the other driver gets out, he's like, "Hey, you hit my car." And he's like, "Hey, fuck you, buddy. I got a package to deliver." And he jumps back in, and and the slogan at the end is like, "We'll screw them to get your package there on time."
That felt very SNL.
Yes, it really did. That one really did. And that's kind of the only one, besides maybe the Sony one, that feels like an outright parody commercial. The rest of them are, or ad. Mm-hmm. The rest of them are like, they're like borderline plausible, like they work on some level.
Yeah, I feel like particularly the Volvo one, I feel like that does feel like the Volvo ethos, and maybe this is just 30 years later, that's just part of their philosophy. They're like, well, I mean, yes, we are boxy,
like
and
boxy
safe,
but good.
There's
the John Hancock life insurance ad. We know you love him. Let's see. But if he happens to die, we give you 2 Mercedes and a summer home. Now, wouldn't that be nice too? John Hancock. And it's the ad is a picture of of a silver framed portrait of the family and roses
urn.
and then a check at the bottom for like, $100,000 or whatever. Yeah. It's just, I mean, they're just,
I would love to have been in the room where they're coming up with all these ads, because
yes. And that's what I think. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think this came with this stuff kind of already there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like ready to go.
And the rest of the plot was just shoehorned in afterward.
Oh God. Liza Minnelli is in Arthur 2. Arthur 2, On the Rocks. Arthur, the movie series that is specifically about how much of a drunk this character is. And the second movie's called On the Rocks.
There's probably a reason why I haven't seen any Dudley Moore movies up till now.
Yes.
We were wondering aloud, was he still alive? He is not. He died in 2002.
Okay.
And we were also talking about celebrities who've been married a lot. He has been married 4 times.
Wow. Yeah, that was the other thing in like researching for this, where I was just like, that can't be right. That J.T. Walsh, the guy who played Drucker, died in 1998.
What?
Right?
No.
That can't be right.
No.
His last movie came out in 1999 posthumously. He died in 1998.
What?
That's right. You haven't seen a J.T. Walsh performance in 25, 27 years, 28 years.
No. Well, I was saying about him, he has never played a good guy.
No. He's always...
Oh my gosh, he was 54 when he died. Jeez.
Yeah, he's always he's often in positions of authority. He's also played like a military guy quite a bit. As you look through his IMDb, is his career.
Oh, here, this is from his obit. The typical Walsh character was a plot device, really, serving either as a moral counterpoint to the star of the show or as an Iago-like figure egging on the hero in a way likely to lead to the protagonist's downfall.
Yes. And I think that's what his character does in A Few Good Men. Yeah. So, yeah, he was all over the place. But, yeah, I was like, 98, that can't be right. That can't be... It can't have been that long. Because, yeah, I mean, like, if you had asked me, I would have said that, like, he's been in a movie in the last 10 years.
Yeah. Well, what is that? Let's see. Pleasantville, The Negotiator, Sling Blade.
Yeah, Sling Blade, perhaps his...
Nixon.
My favorite role of his.
Backdraft.
Because it's such a brief role, but so memorable.
Oh, Needful Things.
Needful Things, yeah. He's in Needful Things.
A bunch of these I've never heard of. A Few Good Men.
Yeah, A Few Good Men.
Misery.
Yeah, but like Misery's like a...
Yeah.
Yeah, not a
Good
big...
Morning Vietnam. Oh,
he is the anti Robin Williams in this.
Anyway,
yeah. But yeah, could not believe that was
R.I.P.
Yeah, exactly.
R.I.P.
Exactly.
Jeez, made an impact.
Yeah, and I'm looking through my like little list. I saved some of the photos of some of them, and I'm not seeing anything else. I definitely, we have alluded a couple of times to the Sony ad, which is perhaps the best one. The sort of climax of the movie comes when they are pitching Sony, and Emery has been sent home, and their doctor, Dr. Baylor, that we mentioned earlier, has been fired, and the evil doctor is now just trying to exploit them. They are like, him and Drucker, J.T. Walsh, have this arrangement essentially where Coke keeps the crazies in line, and they keeps them producing ads. Yeah. And
because their functionality is improving now that they have this purpose.
Yes.
And so the other doctor is like, well, maybe they can go home. Maybe they could, like, they can't go home, but okay. Yeah. And Coke is like, no, keep them here.
Yes. And yeah, like we said, there's a lot of twists and turns along the way, but yeah, they're here at the climax. They are pitching Sony, and they just do a horrible pitch because they're all, depressed or whatever. And then sort of the climax of the movie is Emery returning with Kathy's brother, who was, his existence was sort of, or his his intent to one day come save Kathy from the institution was put into question, was part of the reason that Emery left. And they ride in on a helicopter, and all of the patients get on the helicopter and leave. And presumably they go somewhere to be under the care of Dr. Baylor, and they continue with their ad agency endeavor, and they create their final piece of the movie. The end of the movie is the Sony ad, and it is hilarious and very much a Saturday Night Live style skit. It is the head of Sony, not the real head of Sony, talking about how Asians are well suited to making electronics because they are short, and so their eyes are closer to the delicate components. And he's like, Caucasians are tall and gangly, and then they show hidden camera footage, and it's so the like ad style hidden camera footage of like the American, the Caucasians are just like flailing around, and they're so far away from the components, and they're squinting, and they can't see and can't do anything. And then it ends with the tagline, Sony, because all Caucasians are just too damn tall.
I like how it's like a racial joke without being racist.
Right, because it's from the other perspective.
And don't get me wrong, I'm sure that today someone would be like, no, you can't make that joke because blah, blah. But like, as these things go, it's not bad.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And then that caps off the movie. There is a disclaimer, which I don't think you noticed in the credits, which is like, this isn't meant to be a realistic portrayal of any mental illness, or, like it's like it's almost like like an indemnification statement of just hey, we know that the crazy people are real people, and like we're not none of these people are supposed to be modeled after any living people, and also like we understand that millions of people are affected with mental illness, and it's not a joke.
That makes it worse.
Kind of.
That's like sometimes ads when like, I don't know, like somebody's jumping off a building and landing, and they're fine, and it's like, do not attempt, this is not like, yes, I know, I'm not stupid, like, why do we need to, anyway, it just makes it worse.
Kind of.
Yeah,
like I said, one of the other things that I really like from this movie is the amount of quotable one-liners. And of course, when you say that,
you've lost your list.
Your brain malfunctions, and you can't you can't come up with all of the ones. The two are if you just keep driving, there won't be traffic. Yes. And when they're in the ad room trying to pitch the product, and Drucker comes over to one of the guys and puts his hands on his shoulders, and he says, say something honest. And the guy, in this, acting his ass off, he goes, I like young boys. And then Drucker, JT Walsh, is like, about the product, you idiot. And everybody in the room is just, sucked it. And it's the most inappropriate joke possible, but it is so funny. It's part of it's the delivery too.
Sorry.
Yes. Yeah. Say something honest. No holds barred. Go. I like small boys. About the product, you fucking idiot. Yeah.
I can't remember the specific line, but I enjoyed how, and this is very of the time, there's jokes about self-important people on cell phones in the car.
Yeah. At that time, because someone is on a car phone. In the second time, Dudley Moore's character is stuck in traffic when he is, past his breaking point, and he grabs the car phone and throws it off the bridge, and he says, people use car phones, annoy other drivers. I'm just like, wow, he could not have possibly, Yeah, and there's that one. I also forgot, as I'm looking through here, there's the ad that they do for Paramount Pictures' The Freak.
Yes, it'll fuck you up.
This movie won't just scare you; it will fuck you up for life.
Cut 2 lines around the block to go see.
And then the line from Drucker is, "I want to know how the fuck the word fuck gets in the New York fucking Times." Like, oh.
Yeah, like I hate the story of the whole thing, but the jokes in the middle, very nice.
Yeah. Yeah. And one of the other ads that I like that I forget about because I think it's overshadowed by the Jaguar ad is when they're trying to decide if they want to be admin. They are spitballing an ad, and Rob comes up with Porsche. It's a little too small to get laid in, but you get laid the moment you get out. Like that one is. I like that one better than the Jaguar one, but I think the Jaguar one, because it's a bigger part of it. Mm-hmm. When they have they cut to the Jaguar dealership, and there are people pulling off pieces of paper off of the stand-up of the blonde model that say, "Yes, I want a hand job," mm-hmm. and people are pulling them off as fast as they can. Mm-hmm. And then there was the line that I didn't know whether you would get a kick out of this or not. It's Kathy and Emery, and Kathy says, "Hold me, please, hold me," and he's like, "I am holding you," and she's like, "It's just something us women say. Mm-hmm. We just say it 3 times." Yeah, that's another great one.
Oh, yeah, here's another one for AT&T phone service.
Yes, that's another good one.
You may think phone service stinks since deregulation, but don't mess with us because we're all you've got. In fact, if we fold, you'll have no damn phones. AT&T, we're tired of taking your crap.
Yes.
I feel like that is I was alive when this came out, but I don't remember. I know that the bells were deregulated, and I'm like, okay, I don't really get it. All right.
Yeah, it was just they had just recently been broken up in the early 80s. Yeah. And it was, So I got my one little fun piece of trivia about this movie. So this could have been a very different movie, mm-hmm. because originally who was actually cast to play Emery, mm-hmm. and was they were ready to start filming. And according to this account, he left the set over different, either personal problems or creative differences. And his girlfriend at the time was going to play the Kathy role. Mm-hmm. So Emery was set to be played by John Malkovich, with his then girlfriend Michelle Pfeiffer as Kathy.
Wait, what? Oh, Michelle.
Yes.
Oh.
Malkovich walked off shortly before production began. Pfeiffer left as well. They were replaced by Dudley Moore and Daryl Hannah.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I would really. Actually, no. I wouldn't want to see that because I feel like a dark comedy about the ad business with Malkovich would be great, but not in this one.
A version of this. Yeah.
The original, what we think is the original concept.
Yes. Would have been, yeah.
But wait, John Malkovich was dating Michelle Pfeiffer?
Apparently.
What?
It said was who they were dating, yeah. Yeah,
okay, that's going to mess me up for a while.
I know, right? And let's see. They had a different director, apparently, when John Malkovich was going to play the lead. He made it 3 weeks into production before Tony Bill took over. Apparently Bill was a longtime associate of Dudley Moore. And that was how he got into the... there's a moment, a fun moment, and this isn't a trivia thing. There's a fun moment in the movie where they are being... They meaning the inmates, if you will, as I've labeled them in the notes. They are feeling underappreciated because as a sign of appreciation, the company Drucker and the ad company brings them pens, very nice pens, and they get kind of whipped into a frenzy a little bit by Emery of like, this isn't enough, and he kind of gets them going, and they get fired, and then that's when we get the scene in the boardroom where they're trying to say something honest about the product and they can't. And then they rehire them. The way they rehire them to show their appreciation is they bring them all cars. And that is a fun scene. They are all, running to their cars, and Shu gets in his car, and the first thing he says is, "I'm going to run some Caucasians down today."
Yes. But
Bruce gets a BMW, and he remarks, with these higher end German cars, if you hit somebody and kill them, the German government actually defends you in court, which is great. Some of the cars don't make as much sense.
Yeah, but they all have personalized license plates.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like they're driving around like lunatics and almost killing people. And I just was like, I don't know. I don't really like
they're kind of chasing some of the staff around. And of course, everybody gets their fancy car, and Saab's is there looking for a Saab, and he is dejected, and it's just a lousy 1973, book value, $800. Like, you can't even. And then here comes the last truck pulling up, and it's got a shitty old rusty Saab. Like, it rolls off the truck, and it's got rust spots all over it, but he just loves it because it's Saab. And just a great little joke there, and a feel good moment for Saabs. I mean, I know that there are other one-liners that I used to repeat from this movie. Again, like I said, the curse of saying, "Hey, this movie has a bunch of great one-liners," is that the moment that you say that without having written them down, you're not going to remember them. But yeah, this was one of those movies. It was in the box. It's a big part of my childhood, and now I have foisted it upon you. As we have said and alluded to a few times, the love story in this is completely uninteresting and drags the whole movie down.
I don't want them to be together. I don't care if they're together.
It's inexplicable why they're together.
I don't care about Kathy.
Yeah.
I feel like she's deeply unhealthy, and this is not good for her.
Yeah, I will say that Kathy latches on to Emery in the same way that Angelina Jolie's character latches on to Winona Ryder's character in Girl Interrupted.
Well,
like,
yes.
It's this new shiny thing.
And we see that both of them have a pattern of latching on to people.
Of having latched onto people.
But
but it is just, it isn't needed. And I do tend to think that Siskel and Ebert are onto something when they say that, like, somebody was asked to do a pass on this, because this is a Paramount picture. Like, this is a big movie. And Dudley Moore at the time was a marketable star coming off of stuff like Arthur and 10 and all these other movies. Like, in the late 80s, early 90s, he was a very marketable comedic star for this sort of thing. He was in that movie with Kirk Cameron where they switched bodies, like they Freaky Friday'd. I don't remember what it was called.
I don't remember either, but wow, that is very of the time for Kirk Cameron to be.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, now we got to find out what that movie is.
Oh boy. Yeah. When was the last time Kirk Cameron did something like mainstream that wasn't Left Behind or that whole genre?
Oh yeah, no, I don't. A while.
Yeah.
I will say for sure.
I suppose I feel maybe a little smug because when all the girls in my third grade class thought he was cute, I was like, whatever. He's fine. He wasn't my fave. I don't know who my fave was, but it wasn't him.
Yeah. Yeah. Like father, like son.
Ah, okay. Sure.
The Dudley Moore, Kirk Cameron vehicle where they do a Freaky Friday.
Okay.
With each other.
My strongest memory of Dudley Moore is actually something that he wasn't even in. It's the episode of Friends where Phoebe is giving Monica a haircut, and Monica said, "Oh, I want to look like Demi Moore."
Oh, yeah.
And Phoebe somehow hears Dudley Moore.
Yes.
And bad haircut, whatever.
Yes. And Dudley Moore actually sort of secretly been, this makes him one of the more prolific actors on this podcast, because he is, of course, the voice of the narrator in The Adventures of Milo and Otis, and is the lead in Santa Claus the movie.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
So he's been in 3. He's been the star of 3 movies that we've watched on here.
Okay.
I have no. I can't say that there's any. Yeah, I have no love for any other. Like 10 is good.
I've never seen it. I just know
Arthur is just like. Arthur is one of those movies that you would watch through the lens of like what we know about alcoholism, and just be like, oh, this whole movie is a constant cry for help, And then I mean I think his career kind of, it's like Father Like Son. So Arthur in 81, Santa Claus in 85, Like Father Like Son in 87, Arthur 2 in 88, Crazy People in 90, and then it's just like Blame It on the Bellboy. Yeah, and then it just kind of he gets into voice work late in his career.
Yeah, he does have a pleasant voice.
Yeah, he did 38 episodes of something called Oscar's Orchestra.
Sure.
And then he narrated 13 episodes of some kind of animal show.
Okay.
And he did a children's story thing. And I don't know what the story was with him. He had some kind of terminal illness. I don't know, whatever it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he was a sort of a moment in time. He was just sort of a weird sell for like Americans, like how a sort of short, kind of like how Russell Brand ever became popular in America. He's just this sort of very British kind of guy, but for some reason, people just eat him up here in America. Yeah. But yeah, Dudley Moore, secretly one of the most prolific stars on this podcast. I don't think we will see Mr. Moore again, because like I said, I don't have any affection for Arthur or Like Father Like Son. Or anything, but yeah, that's a farewell to Dudley Moore. I don't know if we may or may not see Daryl Hannah again, and we will most certainly see some of the character actors who are
not on my roster, but yeah. So
I mean, it's just inevitable with J.T. Walsh and the George, that guy that plays George, and David Payman. Yeah, well,
we did see he was in The American President.
Yes. Oh no, yeah, he's very prolific.
Yeah. Well, anyway, folks, we would love to know what you think of this movie. Which was your favorite ad? Are you a big fan of Dudley Moore, and should we watch one of his movies? Yeah. I hope the answer is no.
Tell us to watch Arthur.
If we should, let us know. We would love to hear from you. You can get in touch with us in a couple different ways. You can send us an email. We're at YSMY Podcast. That's YSMY for You Show Me Yours @gmail.com. You can also find us on Facebook, same handle. You can send us a DM, or you can look at our feed for links to all of our latest episodes. In 2026, we are having new episodes every single week. The first Wednesday of the month, we do our usual YSMY thing and watch movies and television that we loved before the first date. And the rest of the Wednesdays of the month, we are rewatching the Canadian teen drama Degrassi Junior High. The next first Wednesday of the month, I will be hosting. And we finally found a way to talk about a movie that I have wanted to show Dave for a long, long time, Circle of Friends, but it is not available streaming anywhere except we found it in a way that is legally dubious, but whatever. We just need it to hang on long enough that we can watch it and talk about it.
Yes, when no one cares enough about the rights of a movie to have it on streaming services, they also don't care enough to litigate when someone posts it on a video streaming site.
Yes. So we're going to cross our fingers that it's still there in a month, and we'll talk about it. And if you are like, I've always heard about this, but I can't find it streaming, I'd like to see it, well, come and we'll tell you about it. So we'll see you next time with a circle of friends. In the meantime, this has been You Show Me Yours. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye. The You Show Me Yours theme song is Uplifting Electronic Indie by Winnie the Moog from filmmusic.io.
Sony, because Caucasians are just too damn tall.